This is Jenny. You have been given significance. I'm going to talk about the given significance of the values of some of the pictures and metaphors in the Bible. We were speaking about, or I was talking about, the wings and how that it is the teaching of a civic system, how that it sets up classes and leaders, and even in particular times where they would worship and come and be taught the stars, the constellations, and all the other teachings of the sciences at festival times. And that in the teaching, it was civic systems. And you had mounds there that show our earliest exposure to this, serpent mounds, and how that the tales of giants have always surrounded these strange ruins. The defense of the supernatural, of constituting a more valuable presence and help from the spiritual realm, was the offering of torture, because they were gods of warfare that they were needing. The defenses and military prowess being a bird over your head. And we're very, aware of the eagle to the Old Testament and the dove to the New. But that these feathers show in rows and how neatly they're ordered. That's a collection of men, and how that they move, and how that the coordination of this rank and file of heaven and of order on earth, by keeping that order and discipline on earth, then these heavenlies also rank and order. And the more that you're ordered and expand on earth, of course, you're bigger troops. So the picture of the bird just continues to verify itself when we look at what these wings are. So, better to expand it than look at each individual case, but that we're talking about something that came from Cain, and move through the enemies of God's people that were rejected, and this bitterness of triumph over others is their way back, and just as murderous as Cain. Even the religion of God, even righteousness is a competitive thing to where that others don't have any value. Like I said, Cain always would kill the one who won. So, if you want to be number one, you have to do away with number one. And if you train someone over you, then you better take them out before they outnumber your people, like they did with the midwives, throwing the children to the crocodile. So there's no awareness of the next generation coming on, and an aim at that continually. The whole raping and sexual elements, some of these continue on down through the methods of right that they teach amongst those that adhere to these teachings today. The sad principle of devaluing family, children, and feeding torture. And so the methods are a torture, psychological torture, and to make things to the point as cruel poetically as can be done. But let's see, anything more on, but this just kindly verifies. Also, you have the vultures, which is the confiscation. And the vulture and the temple with a rock inside is this nod to the fact that the giants are dead, they're just rocks, that we all die, and we have headstones and markers, um, which is another good symbol with the rock in chapter 2. But this was about uh, the other thing about, okay, the words, this edge and this heavenly connection, the edge of the wing and being outside of the protection. A very, very dangerous place to be out of order with God. And that if you're out of order with these sin, it's dangerous. But that there is a duality in reality of the spiritual plane on this edge of times, especially when things are turning over. The darkness, the dawning, this is the in-between. The in-between. These on the outside of that wing are going to have to change. So you also have a lot of symbolism that goes into being there on the edge of those wings and how that it cuts through the air and this distinguishing between right and wrong in the heavenly plane. And so it's a time of judgment. Those things are revealed in judgment. So that's another important thing about these birds. And I guess that would be, of course, we know the dove and the true spirit of discernment. And if you feed that dove in you, the discipline of putting God's word in order in your life, do something regular to study it. That's the way you're going to be able to feed that, and the way that you're going to be able to discern in your life, because your heart and your choices and your animalistic nature will fool you. You can't just believe. If you want to be able to do, you have to completely replace your own idea of what to do, and to go along with the crowd is not very beneficial. So in order to gain the stamina within yourself to make those decisions for yourself, you need to discipline yourself to the Bible, and you need a disciplined way of beginning to add that study of that Bible to your life. We don't do it as a community. It's not school anymore. So you need to read these things, and I just want to kind of start putting out the symbolic values. And this is a short clip, a second part 2 of the bird.